we have security, data center, wireless, right? We have, voice and collaboration. Then we have, service provider, design. Now Cisco has introduced many other streams like DevOps, right? And other streams also. But these are main, streams in networking, routing and switching, security, data center, wireless, voice and collaboration, service provider, design. Then we have level of certifications. Like first is CCNA, right? Then we have CCNP, and then we have CCIE. Then we have CCIE, like Cisco Certified Network Associate. Then CCNP stands for Cisco Certified Network Professional, right? And then CCI stands for Cisco Certified.
CCNP stands for
CCNP stands for Cisco Certified Network
Certified
Professional. Okay.
Network.
Cisco Certified Network Professional. You can see it here. Can you see the screen? Hello?
Yes, we can see your screen, sir. You can go on.
Is screen visible to you? So basically
Yes, yes.
CCNP stands for Cisco Certified Network Professional. All right. And then CCI stands for Cisco Certified Inter-Network Expert. Sorry. Inter-Network Expert. So now you have three levels here. First of all, you have the associate level. Then you have the professional level, and then you have the expert level. So before 2020, you were having CCNA routing and switching, CCNA security, data center, wireless, voice and collaboration, service provider, and design. Then you are having CCNP, 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 right? And then you have the CCI. So basically, what Cisco did, Cisco said that okay, first of all, if someone is very, very, new to networking, so that must start from CCNA. In the CCNA, you will be learning the fundamentals, right? After learning the fundamentals, you can go for CCNP. So CCNP is just, you can say, an advanced level of CCNA, all right, with additional technologies. And then from CCNP, you go for CCIE. CCIE stand for Cisco Certified Inter-Network Expert. But in 2020, Cisco made some changes into the certifications, and now you do not have multiple CCNAs. All right, all of the CCNA certification are merged. Like you have CCNP and you have CCI, but all of the CCNA level certifications are merged, right? And then it is known as CCNA 200-301. So now you do not have any CCNA routing and switching, CCNA security, CCNA data center, CCNA wireless, right? Now you are only having one certificate, which is known as CCNA 200-301, which is known as
So, sir,
CCNA.
so all the topics are covered under the one certification only,
Uh,
if I'm right.
you are, right at some level only, because what Cisco did, I also
Mhm.
feel the same thing, right? What Cisco did, again, in new CCNA, you have almost 60% part of routing and switching. Then you have just
Okay.
introduction of basic security things. You have introduction of basic data center, wireless, voice collaboration, service provider, design. Then we have something known as automation. So again, CCNA 200-301 is again covering the fundamentals of routing and switching. and then you get the basic understanding of other things also, but you'll be learning in depth about routing and switching only. Okay, I'll show
Okay,
you
sir. Okay.
the curriculum. Cisco is giving you a curriculum in which you'll see that okay, what topics are covered in CCNA 200 301. But nowadays you are not having separate CCNAs or individual CCNAs. You have just one CCNA, and that's why we don't call it CCNA routing and switching or CCNA route security, right? This CCNA is known by its exam code. So
Exam.
basically 200 301 is what? This is an exam code. All right.
Okay, sir. Okay, got
So in 2023, if you are CCNA certified, it means you have given the CCNA 200 301 exam.
it. Okay, sir. Thanks.
Yeah. And you know, Cisco is earning good money through certifications as well. All right. So basically, guys, I hope you guys know the importance of CCNA, right? Knowledge plus the certification, because CCNA is offered by an organization which is Cisco. So I hope all of you guys have the basic idea about what is Cisco, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it is a
Yes, yes.
US based company which is offering network, hardware, software, and support. Cisco is having the highest market share in the domain of information technology, right? If we talk about the networking part, so it is a Cisco US based company. Now Cisco is an MNC, right? Multinational organization. So Cisco is in almost in all the countries. So if you are Cisco certified, it means that you are recognized in most of the countries. So you can easily get a job, and you don't need to go somewhere else, right? Because India is a, you know, we have service based economy. So what we are doing now, we are providing the support to the clients who are inside, in the India or outside India, right? So we are, service based companies are here. So we will be offering the service to customers that okay, we'll keep your network in the running state and you'll pay us the money, right? So that's why if you are passing the CCNA certification, or first of all, before passing the CCNA certification, you must have the knowledge, right? Because you know that there are other ways also to pass the exam or to get the certification. But you'll get the certification and you will be having zero knowledge. So that would be of no use. So first of all, you guys have to focus on the learning. After that, you can go for the certification part. Now for appear in CCNA 200 exam, you almost have to pay $300. You have to pay almost $300, right? And you know that the value of dollars keeps changing. So now today, if dollar is 80 rupees per dollar, 85 rupees per dollar, so it depends on the dollar also. And if you're giving $300, you'll still get a single attempt, right? If you failed, you have to pay $300 again. So it is almost 24 to 2500 rupees. you have to pay to Cisco. Then Cisco will test your knowledge through a an exam, right? And if you'll fail, you have to pay again, right? But you will pass, that's good. Similarly, like you have CCNA, then you have CCNP. So the certification fees of CCNP is higher than CCNA. Then after, if you're giving CCI, then you have to pay more money, right? So this is how Cisco is also earning through the certifications. Now, how Cisco is using this technique, like Cisco is giving, offer, or you can say discount to the companies who are having the Cisco certified employees, right? The company is hiring Cisco certified employees, so they can get discount from Cisco as well. That we are hiring Cisco certified network engineers. Okay, they can also charge money to Cisco. Sorry, they can get discount from Cisco. Is there any confusion in this part, guys? Let me know if you guys have any question from this part.
No, good.
Good. Okay.
Is there any, are there a number of attempts we can do? I mean, is there any limitation that we can attempt only for 2 or 3 times or something like that?
No, there is no such limit, right? It is not UPSC. So as long as we are able to
Okay.
pay to Cisco,
Mhm.
Cisco allow us, okay? You can give exam multiple times.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
There is no such criteria. There is no such criteria for the minimum prerequisite as well. Like you must have the master's degree, you must have the bachelor degree. No. Anybody can give exam.
Okay.
Yeah. So like first of all, you go through CCNA, then you have the CCNP, and then you have the CCIE. Even there is no prerequisite. Like if you want to give CCI, you don't need to give any CCNA certification. Okay. But Cisco is giving you something special. If you're going for CCI exam at the CCNA, at the CCNP level, you'll just get a certification ID that okay, this is your ID. But when you give CCI exam, so basically for CCI exam in India we have only one center which is in Bangalore. You want to give the CCI exam, there's only one center which is in Bangalore, in the Cisco campus. And then in the CCI level we have a lab exam known as lab exam. So in most of the exams, the duration is 8 hours, right? And the fees is, again $1,500, I think something. So again, then you have to go to Bangalore. So if you'll clear the lab exam, you'll guys will get a CCIE number, right? So now, right now, the current, number is, I think 67,000 series. So in this series, the number is like right now, okay? Then you get a CCI number, and the number is not given to anyone else. This is you get after clearing the CCI lab exam. But before going for CCI lab exam, you must have some experience of the real network or the industry, because you can easily pass the CCI lab exam, right, by other means, that. But you must have the experience so that you can justify your knowledge, because if you're CCI certified, it means you are expert in that particular field, right? CCIE means Cisco certified internetwork expert. So it means that you are expert in that particular field, so you should be able to justify your knowledge as well. So be careful while giving the CCI lab exam. Okay, now what is included in CCNA 200-301, or what we are going to learn, right? So what I'll do, I'll take you guys to the Cisco official site. Okay. I hope you guys can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So here we are in learn, then we'll go to certification and exam. In the certification and exam, then we'll go to exam list. See here on this leftmost side, we have track, then we have certification, exam number, exam name, and language. So most of the exams are in English language, but you can see here Japanese as well in the DevNet, and almost all the exams are in English, right? Or the other language is Japanese only. Then in the tracks, like I told you guys, right, there's a new field which is DevNet. Then we have enterprise. So basically, what was there in 2020? In 2020, we were having routing and switching, right? So what Cisco did? Now there is no routing and switching. It is known as enterprise. All right. So now the new term is enterprise here. Then we have collaboration, right? Cyber ops. Then we have data center here, design, security, service provider, field technician. So all of these are the tracks which are offered by Cisco, right? Then if we talk about CCNA, so you'll click on this. Now we are redirected to a new page. You can see here the price is 300 USD plus taxes. Or you can use Cisco learning credits, which we are not having, right? We are not having the Cisco learning credits. So we have to pay the full amount plus taxes. And it is a 120 minutes exam. So now if we say review topics, review exam topics. First of all, let's take a screenshot of this and paste it here. Here it is, right? So now tell me guys, how many sections are there?
6.
6, right? So CCNA 200-301, CCNA exam topics, exam description. To earn your CCNA certificate, you must pass the 200-301 CCNA exam. This is a 120 minutes exam, which tests your knowledge of these things. First of all, network fundamentals, network access, IP connectivity, IP services, security fundamentals, and automation and programmability. So we have total here 6 sections. The first section is network fundamentals, right? Then we have the network access, IP connectivity, IP services, security fundamentals, and automation and programmability. So IP connectivity is covering the 25% of the certificate. Network fundamental is 20%, IP services of 10%, security fundamental is 15%, and automation and programmability is 10%. This is how we got the 100% of this. So the whole exam is divided into 6 sections. So now let's see what is inside each of the section here. So if we go first of all, if we see the network fundamental. Here you guys can see, right? Explain the role and functions of network components. So guys, like you said that you are already working in network. So I hope you guys are having the idea of router, right? What is a router? Have you heard this term, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So let me do one more thing. Let me copy this link in the chat box so that you guys can also visit this site. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've shared the link in the chat box, guys. Even you can download it. See here you have the option on the bottom. You can download this. Okay. Download complete list of CCN exam topics in PDF format. Please turn off your mic, Vipin.
Yes, sir.
Please turn off your mic. So please make sure, guys, if you're not speaking anything, please turn off your mic, okay? Otherwise, when you'll rewatch the video, right, class recording. So all of you know this term, right? What is a router? We'll be covering it again from basics. Then we have switches. So in the initial days, when the switch was introduced, it was like a layer 2 device, right? But nowadays we are having layer 2 and layer 3 switches both. You can have a layer 2 switch as well as you can have a layer 3 switch. All right. Then we have next generation firewall. So layer 2 and layer 3 means like when we'll be done with the OSI model, then you guys will know that what do you mean by layer 2 and what do you mean by layer 3, right? Then next generation firewall and IPS. So basically firewall was a security box. Firewall was not, so right? Firewall is a security box. So now you know that CCNA is having the topic fundamentals of each and every domain. So that's why you guys will also see the firewall and IPS here. Otherwise, firewall or IPS, all of these were part of CCNA security. But now we are not having any separate CCNA. So that's why you can see here that we have next generation firewall and IPS. Access point. I hope all of you guys know this, right? What is an access point? So basically, access point is wireless router. Right now, like I'm using Airtel fiber, right? So Airtel fiber, in that case, my Airtel fiber is the like I'm having a access point in my home, and I'm able to connect through the wireless medium. So that access point is giving me connectivity. So access point is acting as a mediator here, or you can say it is acting as a switch. But the only difference is that a switch offer the wired connectivity while the access point is offering wireless connectivity. This is the only difference. Otherwise, it is almost working like a switch. Access point. Few people call it a wireless router also. So both things are same and correct. So you can call it wireless router or you can call it an access point. That's your choice. Then we have controllers. So basically, we are having something known as automation, right? So to automate the things, we must have a software. So Cisco DNA Center and WLC are known as controllers, where we will be controlling our network devices like routers, switches, access points. So we will be controlling our network devices from the controllers. All right, just 1 second, guys. Okay, so sorry for the inconvenience. Now we have controllers here. Then we have endpoints. Guys, tell me something about endpoints. What do you mean by endpoints here?
Endpoints, like endpoints are the devices who are using the services of the another devices.
Very good. So endpoints means the devices who are going to use the network, right? Like our parents are earning and we are the people who are using it. Not now, in the childhood, right? So like endpoint means that we are building a network or we are doing all of these hard work only for endpoints so that endpoints can use the services. So in endpoints we can have a desktop, right? We can have a laptop, you can have a mobile phone. Nowadays it is allowed, right? You can have a tab, server, printer, CCTV, like we have a biometric machine as well in networks. So in the company so that we can, mark the attendance through the biometric machine. We have scanner. Like all of these are the endpoints. Like after that, there is no device, right? They are at the end of the network. So all of these are endpoints. You can have many more. Then we have servers, right? Servers are also kind of endpoints, but they are separated because they are offering some service. So that's why we have like FTP server, TFTP server, DHCP server, DNS server, NTP server, right? So we have many servers also. Then PoE. PoE is very, very interesting, right? PoE stands for Power over Ethernet. So we will be covering it, right? When we'll start with this switching part. Right now, I'm just showing you guys what is included in CCNA. So let's not discuss right now. Just go through it. Then we have the describe characteristics of network topology architecture. So I hope all of you guys understand the importance of network design. Building a network is like building a home. More than that, right? So like if you are building a house, so you do all the plannings. All the planning means that okay, what is the design, then material, right? Then the labor, then interior design, how much area is there, the budget, right? Budget is also important. So like if you have a budget of 15 lakh rupees and you're building a home or house, so you'll design everything as per this. So while we are designing a network, we are fulfilling the requirement, right? We are fulfilling the need of the like what we need, how much bandwidth we need, how many devices we have to provide connectivity, like 500 devices, 1000 devices. Then what is the budget, right? Like if you're going to purchase Cisco devices are so expensive. So if a company is having low budget, they'll never go for Cisco, right? You can compare it to like Apple. So Cisco is like Apple here. Apple products are expensive. Similarly, Cisco products are also expensive. But if your network is the crucial part for you, right? So you can pay for it. You can invest the money that you can get the best service. Similarly, we have network design fundamental here. That how a network is being designed. What is two tier? What is three tier? What is spine and leaf? So basically, spine and leaf is used in data centers. Then how the WAN is designed, how the WAN is working. I think mic is on. Um, thank you. small office and home office, then on premises and cloud. Guys, have you heard of this term, cloud?
Yes.
So I hope you guys don't think that there is something behind the clouds, right? Like mostly people think that okay, cloud means that there is something behind the clouds in the actual cloud, right? No. So basically, why we use this term cloud? Anyone want to explain why we call it cloud computing?
I think like clouds are everywhere, you can access in everywhere. Like that, the same cloud term can be.
Right. See, if the it's raining, right? It's a very sunny day, for example. It's, very hot summer, and then it's raining. So what you'll do? You'll just enjoy. You'll eat some samosa, pakoda, whatever you like, right? You'll have a, you know, chai or something else. So you're just enjoying the rain. You're not giving a second thought that how it is raining. What are clouds? How the clouds are built, right? How the clouds are getting the water. We are not giving, a second thought to it. We are not even thinking about it. We are just thinking about the raining. Okay, it's raining, so let's enjoy. Let's run in the raining, then eat something, right? Eat some samosa, pakoda, chai, and then done. Similarly, if you want service but you don't want to do anything, then you can go to cloud providers. So basically, in case of cloud, that's why we use this term. It is very interesting thing, right? Cloud computing. That like it is like similar to cloud. We don't give it a second thought. We just pay for it and we use the resources. That's all. We don't care how the things are working, how the devices are managed, what kind of technologies are being used, what are the devices series, how they will give me or how they will provide me the requested bandwidth. Like I need 300 mbps bandwidth, 500 mbps. So I don't think about it. I'll just pay for it and I'll get the services. That's why we call it cloud. This is how we got this term, right? So there's nothing behind the clouds. Still, we have the networks. The resources are somewhere else, not on our side. So that's why in CCNA, we are also going to discuss about what is on premises and what is off premises, right? So off premises means the cloud. So you can see here, describe, not explaining or not showing you that how the things are working actually, but just describe it to the students so that student gets the basic idea that okay, what is cloud computing. Then compare physical interface and cabling type. All of you know about fiber, I hope, right?
Yeah.
So fiber optical and the copper cables. See, fiber optical are best, but we are not using fiber optical cable everywhere, right? We're not using the fiber optical cables everywhere. We are also using the copper wires. Mm, 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 mm. So we are also, supposed to discuss about these things. Like what is, fiber optical cable, type of fiber optical cable like multi-mode fiber, single mode fiber, then copper cables. In copper cables, we have, twisted pair of cable. Then in the twisted pair of cable, we have UTP and STP, unsilted twisted pair, silted twisted pair. So we will be, discussing all of these things. Then we have identify interface and cable issues like what is collision, what kind of errors you can get on an interface, what is mismatch duplex, or what is speed mismatch. TCP and UDP. Yes, guys. Anyone about like any information about TCP and UDP?
Yeah, somewhat.
Okay. What
Yeah,
is TCP?
Yeah, TCP, I think it works on some this sequence of ACK Cincinnati, right? So I think something is being sent, and then something, and then another endpoint sends it back. Here, I have received it. I think it's kind of pretty much more resilient than UDP. UDP is faster, TCP is slower. UDP, there are chances that we may lose some data packets, but I this is what I know, but yeah,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Good. So like, you know, almost everything about TCP and UDP, right?
Mhm.
This is all. This is a fundamental difference between TCP and UDP. So basically, these two protocols were designed to deliver the data or deliver the payload from sender to receiver. The only
Mm,
difference is that, like you said, TCP is offering the reliable data delivery. Reliable means that if you are sending something, you will get an acknowledgement from the receiver. And
mm,
UDP means unreliable delivery. And unreliable delivery means that you will be sending the data continuously, right? Without expecting any acknowledgement from the receiving machine. So we are using UDP for, real-time traffic most of the time. In that, like if we lose something, right? Like if we are having the conversation, so if we lose something, I can repeat it, right? This is live traffic. But if you're watching a video on YouTube, you're not only watching it, some other people also watch it some other time, right? So that data must be delivered accurately and each and every bits must be delivered. So in that case we are using TCP, right? So that's the, major difference between TCP and UDP. Then verify IP version 4 addressing and subnetting. So this thing is going to take around 2 to 3 classes, guys. First of all, what is IP address? The fundamentals of IP address, IP address classes, range, how to assign IP addresses, then what is subnetting. So this topic is going to take around, you can say, 1 week, where we'll be only talking about IP addressing. Now we have two versions, guys, basically. So IP is a protocol. The IP stands for Internet Protocol. I hope you guys are not getting bored.
No, sir.
All right. So we have two versions here, IP version 4 and IP version 6. Both, included in CCNA. See, this is the IPv6. Verify IP parameters. Yeah. See, wireless principles. What is RF? How the wireless technology is working. See, there are two perspective, guys. Let me introduce you to guys of this thing also. Two perspective means that one perspective is end user perspective and the second perspective is network engineer perspective. So now we have to look at the things from network engineer perspective. What is the perspective of an end user? The things must work. we don't care about the backend, right? We don't care about the backend. We don't know how the things are working. Things must work. That's all. That's the perspective of end user. But being a network engineer, now you guys will be responsible for the network operations and network liveliness. Like the network must be working. How the network is working. If there is some problem, how you guys will troubleshoot it. So we will be responsible for that thing, right? So that's why nowadays we also have to learn wireless. See, wireless is easy than wired. How? In case of wireless, this is a device, right? This is the second device. You don't need to connect any physical cable here, but still these two devices can communicate with each other. But the question is how? So we need one thing here, guys. Okay, that is curiosity. Don't go on the spelling, okay? I hope the spelling is correct. Maybe not, but we must be curious about this thing that okay, there is no cable, there is no physical connectivity, but still the message is being delivered from this machine to this machine. How is it even possible? Any idea, guys? How is it possible?
Through network.
Using the electromagnetic waves. Using the electromagnetic waves, right? So if we are having the wire, if we are using a cable, in case of a cable, the signal is in electrical form or they must be in light form, right? Like if you're using fiber optical cable. But when you are talking about wireless communication, we are using what? We are using electromagnetic wave. But the term which is, most of the time is being used is radio frequencies. I hope you guys have heard of this term, right?
Yeah.
RF, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically RF is just a type of electromagnetic waves which are traveling from one end to another end without requiring any hardware, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in CCNA, we'll also be learning about wireless, like what is RF. Then in RF, we have 2.4 gigahertz band, then we have 5 gigahertz band, right? Then we
Mm-hmm.
have an access point. Access point is having an antenna. Then we have types of wireless network, indoor wireless and outdoor wireless. So the devices or the technology we are using in indoor device, indoor wireless, it must like not be capable of outside or outdoor wireless. So in outdoor wireless, we will be using more powerful devices, right? So this thing is also like part of CCNA now. Don't like afraid, guys. It could be very easy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then virtualization fundamentals. Like what is virtualization? What is server virtualizations? What are containers? What is VRF? Describe switching concepts. So basically, have you guys ever seen the switch? Yes, guys. Have you ever seen
Yes,
the
sir.
switch?
No.
All right. All right. So don't worry if you haven't seen it. So what is a switch basically? Switch is a multi-port device having the ports. So what we'll do, we'll connect end user to this switch.
Yes.
But now how the traffic is going from this machine to this machine, it is going through the switch, right? So the question is that how a switch will forward a frame. How a switch will forward a frame. So this is going like covered here. Then we have the network access. In the network access, we are going to discuss about VLANs. Any idea about VLAN, guys?
Virtual LAN, sir.
Virtual LAN, very. So basically, VLAN is also a virtualization technique. But by using the VLANs, we virtualize a switch. We virtualize a switch. By using this, we virtualize a switch by using the VLANs. Then trunk port
Oh,
802.1q
sir,
native
I have one
VLAN.
doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in what is the difference of manageable and unmanageable switch, sir?
Your voice is not clear. Can you repeat again?
Sir, what is the difference of manageable and unmanageable switch, sir?
Okay. So basically, manageable switch means that you'll get a box, right? But you can make changes. Like if you purchase a Cisco switch, like 3850 series switch, so you'll get a default box with the default configuration, right? But you can also make changes as per your network requirement. Like you can create more VLANs, you can configure trunk ports, you can configure access ports, you can enable the layer 3 capabilities. But when it comes to a non-manageable switch or unmanaged switch, it means that you'll get a device or box, you can't do anything else. Okay, configuration will be there and you will be doing all the stuff with only that configuration. You will not be able to add anything else. All right, so this is the
Yes,
difference
sir.
between managed and unmanaged switch.
Okay.
Yes. CDP, LLDP, then what is Ether channel, spanning tree protocol. Again, we have the wireless here, right? And what is AP, access point? What is wireless architecture? What are the AP modes? Again, wireless. Then we have Telnet and SSH. So you know that to manage a device, right? We must be able to access the device. Like if you're having a router or if you're having a switch, you want to configure it. So you have to get the access of that device. For that we have Telnet, SSH.
Yeah.
After this, again, this is part of wireless. So this is for section 1. Then we have section 2. In section 3, we are talking about the routing part. Like right now, you guys are in, someone is in Bangalore, right? Tamil Nadu, Kolkata, or in other locations in Delhi. So you guys are located in a separate network and I am in a different network. So to communication between these, we are using routers and routers are performing routing. So all of this part is covered in this section, IP connectivity. Then we have IP services. In IP services, we have, NAT, how devices will get the IP address like DHCP. What is DHCP? And guys, something about DHCP?
Yeah, I think I
Dynamic
heard.
host configuration protocol.
Yeah. So basically, for example, if you have 500 devices in the network, so you are not going to configure the IP address manually, right? We
Mhm.
need something to configure the IP address automatically. So DHCP
Yeah.
is going to do this for us. So DHCP is part of IP services. Then DNS, domain name system, SNMP, right? Quality of service, how to configure SSH, what are the TCP, TFTP and FTP in the network, TFTP server, FTP server. So all of this part of IP services. Then security fundamentals. So in the security fundamentals, first of all, the thing is the basic terms like what is vulnerability, what is threat, what is exploitation, what is mitigation techniques. Vulnerability means shortcoming, right? If someone is going to attack your network, the very first thing that person will do is that person will try to find out problem in your network or in the software, in the hardware, and then it is going to exploit it. Please turn off your mic. I think Raj Shekhar. Thank you. Then we also have to do some extra things like we have to provide the user awareness, training, physical access control, all of this part of network security, guys, because network security is also a very vast thing. You guys know cyber security. So cyber security is not part of this thing, but cyber security is part of the overall network security, right? So guys, security is a very vast field. But in this, we are gonna discuss about the basics of network security, how to configure the device control. See, guys, in a network, there are level of network engineers, right? Level 1 engineer, level 2 engineer, level 3 engineer. So we can't give the full access to an engineer, right? We will be controlling the access of the device. Like being a layer 1 engineer, what you are allowed to do. So this is how we are going to control the device access. Then security device password policies. Like if you gonna change password for your for example your Facebook account, there are some restrictions, guys, right? That there must be 8 characters, uppercase letter is required, lowercase letter is required, numeric character, special character. So all of these are known as password policies. IPsec. So I think you guys have also used VPNs, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So VPN is also part of CCNA now. So you guys gonna learn about the basics of VPN, like what is a VPN, what is IPsec, how the VPN is built between two sites, types of VPN, right?
Yeah. Got it.
All of these are parts of, guys, security. Then you have wireless security as well. In the last section, we have the automation and programmability. So here you guys are going to learn about the network automation, guys, because in 2020 Cisco has, actively changing the things, actively like adding new things to networks, and the automation is one of that.
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays in today's network we have the automation part where we are going to learn that, okay, what is the future of networking? Like most of the things or most of the configuration can be automated, right? So automation is for real, guys, okay? But no need to worry, right? But most of the people are thinking, or most of the engineers are thinking that, okay, if automation will be there, our job is gone. But that's not true. That's not true. Automation is just here to help us to increase the productivity. But yeah, this is the harsh truth of this domain, you have to be keep learning, guys. If you'll stop learning, then you'll see that there is no chances of growth. So if there is automation, we should focus on learning that how the network can be automated instead of blaming the automation or instead of afraiding, right? We can start learning it right away. We can start thinking the ways by which we can automate the task. Like for example, if you have to ping, if you have to check that, okay, tell me the number of devices which are in upstate. So instead of pinging one by one, you can use a loop using the Python, right? By using the loop, you can ping multiple devices all together. You don't have to be actively there, right? Or actively putting the IP addresses. You just can use a list of IP addresses and you can use Python. So Python will be pinging each and every device and it will give you the end result.
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Sir, which are the languages commonly used in network automation, sir?
The Python is commonly used.
Okay, sir. Other languages,
Yes.
sir?
What?
Any other languages, sir? Python, no. Any other languages, sir?
No, we don't use any other language
Okay, sir.
because when you'll start learning Python, you'll find it very, very easy. Python is the easiest language to learn.
Okay, sir.
But we don't have to learn the Python in details, right? We just have to learn it from the network perspective. So you guys can learn about, the loop, for loop, while loop, functions, conditions.
Yeah.
Any other question from this?
So
No?
sir, how much time it will take to us become like a network engineer? I mean, uh, uh, so first of all, what will be the duration of this course?
Uh, Almost 45 days, right?
Okay,
Included
so
weekends.
okay,
Yes.
yeah, please go on, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir,
Yes.
if you want to learn fully about the firewall and the cyber security, which one is better, sir?
Cyber security, again, like I said, that network security is a very big thing. So cyber security is a separate, field. Okay.
No, so how we start, sir? After CCNA, how we go on?
You should go for network security first. Like what is a firewall? What is an IPS? How the IPS is working? What is VPN? What is ICE, right? So
Okay,
first
sir.
of all, you should focus on the network security individually. Then you can go for a cyber security part.
Sir, cyber security is fully based on firewall devices only, sir, or other devices.
It is also like the and how to secure the end users, how to secure your website, how to secure some other aspect of the network. So it is not just limited to the firewall and all. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in cloud also the same methods we are using, sir, in cyber security and other things.
Yeah, like cloud, for cloud you can go for AWS or Azure. These are the most popular and in demand. technologies.
Okay, sir. So in on premises, we are using a Fortinet firewall, like that we are using, sir. In cloud, there is a separate name for other things, sir.
See, the technology is almost same. The devices are also same. Yeah. For security, data centers are also using the firewall, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So basically, my profile is that of DBA, right? So I primarily work on distributed databases. You can say like MongoDB, Cassandra, Couchbase, right? So the entire course curriculum, what I see is pretty much suitable for what I'm looking for. Okay. I mean, I'm not targeting the exam as such. It's not going to help me in my profile. I'm a complete DBA and into DevOps. But yeah, this is good to know all these things because we almost day in day out we work all this with all these things around. But couple of things we know, a couple of things we never know. We wouldn't get time to know, right? So that's the
Yeah.
purpose of taking this exam. So it's good to have knowledge. I mean, right, at least to help get into network troubleshooting in case it comes. I personally am very much dependent upon the network teams, right? So because I'm into DBA, right? What happens is I get a lot of I don't have much time to troubleshoot and come out with RCA, right? So in those scenarios, this thing will be helpful. I mean, the fact is, I was thinking a lot to whether should I take the CCNA exam or I should go for Azure 700, right? Because the fact is, I don't have my basics very clear, to be honest, right? And that's why I'm here. So
Yes.
maybe Azure 700, whatever it may be, I completely understood that. Hey, the basics should be same. It might be cloud, it might be like Cisco, anything in the world, right? So yeah, I'm good with the certification. So I should. I'm looking forward to the classes. Only one thing. Uh, yeah. So in case we can have only 1 hour classes every day, it would be great because because I'm a bit time bound. Right. So a couple of things run in the background. So in case it is
Yeah.
8:30 to 9:30 every day, I'm good.
We will be like having it 8:30 to 10 only for 1.5 hour. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like you said that this is the main reason for CCNA. Like CCNA is so popular because of this. Because if you want to go for any IT, certifications or in this domain, you must go through CCNA. Like you added, right? So basically, that's the main reason of popularity of CCNA also. There are
Mm-hmm.
other vendors like Cisco, Palo Alto, Checkpoint,
Mm-hmm.
Sophos. So there are hundred of vendors, but Cisco is the only vendor who has designed this beautiful, certification in such a way so that if someone will go through the CCNA, he or she will be having the good understanding of the basic fundamentals of a network. Like either you are going for, data center, or you are going for cloud, or you are going for any other, cyber security and all. The basic thing which is required is the connectivity, right?
Mm-hmm.
If network is not there, then what I'm going to protect, what I'm going to, like what I'm going to do with cyber security.
Yeah.
So that's the best part about CCNA. That's why the CCNA is so popular, and you must go for CCNA. If anyone else is also looking for something in this IT fields, you must recommend them to go for CCNA once. Once they'll go through the CCNA, they'll get the basic idea or basic fundamental knowledge of the networks, and they'll also get the excitement to go further, right?
Yeah.
Because see, this is what we are using in every day, or in our life. We're using the internet. We are so much dependent on the technology nowadays. So when we start learning the behind the scenes or the back end, how the things are working, so it becomes more interesting. Because now you realize that, okay, if I'm watching something on YouTube, so how my mobile phone is getting the data. If I'm posting something on Facebook, so where is that particular video or the photo is going, right? So basically, if you are posting something on Facebook, for example, if you are posting a photo, so that photo is going to the Facebook server, right?
Yeah.
That server is located somewhere in a data center. We don't know, We only focus on the application, that okay, if the post is there, how many likes are there, how many comments are there, but where the photos are located, right? How they are stored. So when you start learning the networking, you can easily relate to the things. This
Yeah.
is also the interesting part. It is going to be very interesting, and this section 6 is dedicated to the automation, basics of the automation, like what is a controller, what is the data plane and control plane, APIs, application programming interfaces, what is REST API, the basic Python things. All right, so this is covered in this section number 6. So we have total 6 sections, guys, but don't think that we are gonna start like this, okay? That okay, first of all we are gonna start with router. No, we have designed the certification, or we have designed the curriculum in such a way so that you guys learn it in sequence, right? First of all, we'll start what is a network, types of communication, cabling, devices. This is how we will move on. So don't think that we'll be starting it like this, but at the end of the day, or at the end of the the duration of this course, you guys will find out that okay, every topic has been covered, right? You guys have the idea of each and everything, but not this like this. Okay, first of all this and then this. No, we're gonna cover it, but using a separate method. All right.
Yeah.
So it is almost, you guys can say 40 to 45 hours training, or 50. Okay.
Yeah.
And we will be covering this thing, guys. So I hope, is it clear to you guys, the basic introduction of this?
Yes, sir.
What is CCNA? What we are
Yeah.
going to learn in CCNA, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. And what we are going to learn in CCNA. So what is the advantage of CCNA also? Like after CCNA, you can easily get a job. I'm not saying like you'll get 50,000 or 60,000 payroll, right? But you'll get entry in the networks, and then there are endless opportunities. Once you'll go through the network, nowadays, guys, if you'll search for highest paying job, you'll see that network engineer is one of the highest paying job in the market nowadays. And there was, pandemic time, you know, that time was very, we can't forget that 2020, the corona pandemic. That time also, network engineer was in high demand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even that time, network engineers were getting jobs. Why? Because everything is going right. You can get your grocery in 10 minutes. How is it how is it possible without networking? Is it possible, guys?
Sir.
No, not at all, right?
Yeah.
So just assume that there was corona, right? And there was no internet. Is it possible to survive?
Not possible.
The corona was,
Not.
very depressing time at that time. Like if you're living in a far village, in that case you have the people around you. But if you're living in a city, right? So you could survive without internet. So thanks to the network engineer, who is also like
Thank you.
a doctor, right? So yeah, the future is bright, but we have to keep learning and learning and learning. We don't have to think like, okay, I've done CCNA, then I'm the master of the networking. No, there is so much to learn, right? Then you can go for CCNP, CCI, then you can choose particular stream. Like if you're mm, curious to know about enterprise, then you can go to security, then you can go to data center. So there is no end, right? You can keep learning and you can keep growing. All right, guys.
Oh,
So I hope that's enough for today. We'll start with the basic things from tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, fine.
okay, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys. So have a good
Thank you.
night.
Yeah.
See you guys tomorrow at 8:30 sharp. Okay, we'll start at 8:30. So don't be late. Yeah.
Okay. Sir,
We
like,
have almost.
hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, are we expecting any group? Like, are you will you create any group for us to stay connected?
No, you guys can put your queries on our portal.